Hey YouTube, I want to make a video to introduce my new E90 BMW. I'm going to be making probably half my videos on this car because this is going to be my project for probably the next 2 years before I upgrade to a JDM. Alright, so I came in the car because one, I feel like the audio outside isn't all that, and two, I really need a car wash. So we're gonna take a little trip to a car wash, and then I'm going to talk about this car. Currently, this car has, I bought it with a few mods because it was just cosmetics because I didn't want a car that was actually modified, and I actually liked it. There's a carbon spoiler which looks super clean, and it's slightly lowered, but I think it's lowered on springs, not coils. So I plan to get coils anyways. I didn't really care, and I'm pretty sure those are all the mods that were done to it. But then I've had this car for almost 2 months, and I have done subwoofer, lights. I've done the side lights. I blacked them out, or I got like LED blackout lights. I feel like I did something else, but that's all I could think of off the top of my head. So it's pretty much a stock E90. I'm gonna start with the first impressions of this car that I've had for about 2 months now.
Ryan Little.
So this is kind of weird because when I first got this car, I literally would be in the seat and I was like, damn, my back feels like so weird. Like, why is the seat this tight? I was just like, well, it's a sporty car. It has like sports seats. It's probably that tight for a reason. Like, there's nothing I could really do about it. I kind of got to the point where I was accepting it. And then out of nowhere, I pressed a button. There's a button on the side of the seat that makes the bolsters of the seat tighter and looser. And I was like, oh my gosh, this just changed my entire driving experience. Like, I went from like I feel a little bit crammed, why am I like this for casual driving, to like, oh my gosh, this feels so comfortable. So the first thing I love, I would say, is these seats. They're super comfy. There's like 50 adjustments on my seat, and it fits whatever driving style I want to be in. Number two is the mirrors. Well, okay, so my passenger side mirror, when I'm reversing, it actually tilts down, which is very helpful because all the Japanese parking spots are kind of small for my car. So I could see the line without having to like go like this and make like crack my neck. I could just like look over and it's already tilted down. And then my mirrors also fold in. So if I'm entering a spot that's like too tight, I could just fold my mirrors in, and that usually helps with not having my mirrors hit the wall or scrape. So that's a super convenient thing that I love about this car. Third thing, the exhaust, stock exhaust actually sounds pretty clean. I'm probably gonna change it soon, but for a stock exhaust, it sounds actually nice. Number four, I talked about this earlier, the sunroof. Almost every car that I've owned has had a sunroof, and I fell in love with sunroofs. So this is probably the thing I love the most right now because sunroofs are awesome, and I just love sunroofs.
Ryan Little.
And the last thing, number 5, is, oh, this one I'm kind of indifferent about because it's annoying at times when you're just like trying to chill and you're not doing anything or like even driving that aggressively. But then sometimes you're like, it feels amazing to have a steering wheel like this. But the steering wheel is like super tight and responsive, and it feels like it's a heavy steering wheel. So it's like you have to wanna turn. You're not just like casually moving it. Like you have to like turn to turn. And when I first got the car, the first couple of days, I thought I had an alignment issue because the car was drifting to the left. And I realized since I drive with my left hand, the small amount of pressure that I put on the steering wheel was causing it to slightly drift to the left. And I was like, wow, that's crazy how precise this steering wheel is. But it does get annoying because sometimes you're driving and you're kind of like not, like you're casually driving and you slightly pull the steering wheel and the car automatically just goes and you're like, wow. So you have to be, I guess, paying attention to exactly where your steering wheel is headed because the steering wheel is super responsive. So that's like a love-hate thing. Now on to the things that I don't like. Thing that I hate the most is the pedal. I heard there's a mod. There's a YouTuber that I've seen that's done it. He's the only person that I've seen that's done it, so I don't know exactly how easy it is to install. But actually adjust your throttle response, and you could set different modes because it's a known thing that the E90s have a sluggish throttle response. And it's kind of annoying because sometimes when you're going up a hill or you're like at a light and you're trying to take off, you hit the gas and you're like, and you have to kind of floor it a little. And yeah, I think that's a little excessive. So I'm definitely gonna get that checked out, see if I could do the throttle mod or see if I could find exactly how to do it. Number 2, I said the last one was probably the thing I hate the most. This is probably the thing I hate the most. I have like no cup holders. I don't know why, who makes a car that literally have, like I have a cup holder in the glove box that I can, like why would I put a cup in here? Then I can't close the glove box, like that doesn't make sense. And then the cup holders are on the passenger side of the car, so if I have a cup that I wanna, like a cup that actually fits, because these are the smallest cup holders I've ever seen, I have to reach across the entire dashboard to grab my cup. And that's really inconvenient. And then on top of that, these little cup holders on the BMWs break all the time. So one of mine is very sticky and I have to like keep wiggling it to come out. And the other one is just like, today when I tried to open it, it didn't want to open at all. But when I got the car, it was perfectly fine. And I'm like, I don't even use that cup holder. How did it just magically stop working by itself? So I definitely think the cup holders, BMWs did not think that out in 2008 because these cup holders are not it. I have a better chance of putting something in the rear cup holders than I do in the front cup holders, because if I have to reach across my entire dashboard to grab a cup, I might as well just turn around and grab the cup out the back seat at that point, because it's just too much work. I hate it. Next thing, so this is partially because this is a Japanese car, but I have the information display right next to the speedometer and stuff, and this is really annoying because I have to play with this little knob, like the turning signal knob, and press buttons and do all this stuff to go through the menus, and I don't even know what the menus are saying, to be honest, because it's in Japanese. So I just have to like keep playing with it to find like my oil. I can't just go under a hood and get a dipstick. I have to do it through this, and it's like a whole 4-step process of me trying to figure out the menus, and then it has to load for the oil to pop up. And I'm like, that's not fun. That's kind of annoying to do whenever you want to check your maintenance or your oil level. Another thing, oh, the key. So this is a push to start vehicle. And yeah, push to start would mean you hop in the car, you press the button and it starts. But no, if I want to turn on my car, I have to put the key in a slot and then push the button. And to turn it off, I have to push the button and then take the key out the slot. At that point, why not just not make it a push to start car? Like, in all honesty, if I have to still use the key and put it into a slot in the vehicle, why not just like, I could turn the key just as easily. It's like, it's not really push to start, I feel. Like it technically is, but it's like, I feel like it's more work to start the car than if I just had a regular key, which is kind of annoying, but I got used to it. When I first got this car, I would like try to take the key out all the time without turning off the car and be like, damn, I gotta turn off the car. I would like just put the key in and then like start to shift and be like, oh, I gotta push the button. And yeah, I got used to it, but that's kind of an annoying thing. And the last thing is storage. Almost every car I've owned except for my SI has had a storage issue, because I guess that's most sporty cars have no storage. But I literally have, this center console is like, what, 4 inches, 3-4 inches deep, and it's not even a full center console because of the shape of it. So I could only fit, like, I have some mask in here, a pen, and a charger, and that's pretty much the entire center console. My glove compartment has my car documents and a manual. No more space in there. And besides that, I have like the little side storage. I have no storage on the, well, I have a net on the back of the seat, which is like a small net, but that's like the only storage I have inside the car. And since I have a sub now, my trunk is pretty much non-existent, so I have like 0 storage in this car. In summary, that is my new car, my E90 BMW, and how I feel so far. 5 things I like, 5 things I hate, and my first impressions of the car. Hopefully I can make a bunch of content soon. I have some parts that I already ordered that are coming in, so I'm gonna do like an install video probably, and see if I could discover any tips and tricks. Like, I did find one cool thing out about the key, where like you could open and close the windows using the key, but there was another thing that I did by accident that I actually forgot off the top of my head, so I'm like, it was kind of pointless mentioning that, not gonna lie. But hopefully I can make a bunch more stuff soon and go to more car meets, because I went to one Japanese car meet and that video is coming soon. So yeah, peace.